Welcome to the show, we staying high on the hog, talking Razorback pride through the smokes and the fog, from the hill to the field where the red runs deep, big soy in the crowd, hear the thunderous sleep, basketball courts, football lights on blast, diamond hog swinging, putting legends in the past, it's the natural state where the fans go hard, Arkansas forever, this the Razorback yard.
Well, where are we at here? Alrighty, welcome back to High on the Hog. I'm your host, Sar Dillinger, alongside my dad co-host, John Dillinger. Always got some trouble going on with it. I didn't know which
camera to look at.
But we figure it out every time. Got another great one for you today, one that I'm personally very excited for this episode, because this one doesn't feel as daunting to me. Not to say that Auburn's not a good team. They're an SEC team, but they're not number 4 in the country. They're not number 5 in the country like every team that we've played so far has been, it feels like.
Right.
But it is going to be a really good game, and I'm very excited for this week.
What you have this week is a matchup of the best 2 and 5 team in the country versus the best 3 and 4 team in the country. And I know outside of the Arkansas and Auburn fan bases, that probably sounds like a joke, but neither one of these teams are bad football teams. Both of these teams have some bad problems on their football teams, but it's things that could, be corrected. Hopefully and I'll be honest with you, I was feeling great about this game until today. And I don't know if it was doing the prep for the podcast or what all. You told me at supper that Cam Ball's out. And I'm just like, man. Because I was feeling good because we was getting who was the lineman that was coming back this week? Saley was coming back. I'm like, all right, finally getting maybe a little extra depth on the line. And then our best lineman is out.
1 step forward, 5 steps back. That's Arkansas Razorback football.
But anyways, again, honestly, both of these teams are better than their records.
No doubt.
They're teams that, although they can lose any week, they could also jump up and beat anybody any week. There's nobody on Auburn's schedule that they can't beat. Now, they've got a tough schedule. There's nobody on Arkansas' schedule that we can't beat. We've got a tough schedule. But these are here's what I'd say. 2 good football teams with a bad problem that both have really good coaches, and they're going to try to figure out ways to overcome it. Speaking of coaches, though, I do think this is I've made a prediction. I don't know if I tell you what, I think all the big podcasters watch our podcast because everything we said and predicted last week, number one, come true.
Yeah.
With I said, win or lose, Billy Napier is going to be fired. He was fired.
He won a game.
Won the game and then got fired. Yeah. I think, and another thing I said we talked about, and I know you talked about it a lot too, Bobby Petrino, this looks like his job to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much all the podcasts that I watched this week was echoing that. I'm like, they're watching the High on the Hog podcast.
Hey, everybody's High on the Hogs, and they get it because they watch the High on the Hog. It's a good podcast, I've heard.
It is the best, number 1 rated father-son Arkansas Razorback SEC podcast.
I can guarantee you that is a fact. I can guarantee you that's a fact.
I'm going to make another prediction this week. And this isn't a bold prediction. I have heard some other folks say this.
Yeah, I'm with you on this.
I said it last week, though. I'm going to say it again. If Arkansas beats Auburn, Hugh Freeze will be fired on Sunday.
I'm 100% with you on that. I think the exact same thing. I don't think his situation's in Billy Napier. I think if he wins, he won't get fired. But when he loses, I do think he'll be fired.
Yeah, I probably agree with that. If he shows vast improvement on offense, and look here, this is what has me worried. You know, we're down our number one defensive lineman, Cam Ball. Arkansas has a history of, you know, because what you got in this matchup, and I won't step on the numbers. I know you got that in your breakdown, but you've got the best offense in the league versus a very good defense, and you've got the worst defense in the league, and the best offense is Arkansas, the worst defense is Arkansas.
Yep.
But you got the worst defense in the league playing a really bad offense.
And then
I
it's
think
flipped.
our offense is better than Auburn's defense.
No doubt.
And our defense is really bad. Their offense is really bad. But Arkansas has a history of playing a team like this, and then all of a sudden that team figures it out and, you know, has this great, you know, offensive run. And here's what I think it very well could be. Hugh Freeze knows he's up against the wall, right?
No doubt.
He's coaching for his job. The most inept part of his offense has been his quarterback, Jackson Arnold. I think this week we're definitely, because he knows his job is on the line, if Jackson Arnold plays poorly, we're going to see a new quarterback.
We are
on the sideline for Auburn. The question is, who's it going to be? Am I stepping on you?
No, I'm not familiar with their players, but I do know Hugh Freeze said that he was looking into using a different quarterback for the game.
So the question is it going to be Ashton Daniels?
Is that Jaden Daniels' brother?
No, he is a transfer from Stanford. Got a lot of experience. He's kind of talked as the number 2 quarterback. He has a lot of experience, although he's not really good. Didn't win a lot of games, but he had a decent.
He's not a D2 national championship.
No, not Trinidad Chambliss.
Okay, just making sure because they give me PTSD.
He's got a lot of experience. I think he started 2 years at Stanford, something like that.
Okay.
Had about a 62 to 63% completion ratio. Threw more interceptions than he did touchdowns. I think his last season at Stanford he threw like 10 touchdowns and 12 interceptions, or it was somewhere in that range. So a lot of experience, but not anything big and flashy, right? But they've got their number 3 option is who I'm concerned with, and that is the 5-star all-everything out of Mississippi, Deuce Knight. And it's funny, as I was studying on this, I looked, and Deuce has totally wiped all of his social media clean of Auburn stuff. So
really,
and Auburn fans are going crazy. They're like, "Oh no, is he off the team? Is he not going?" Hugh talked about him in the press conference today. So it could be a ploy to try to make Arkansas think he's not going to play, and then he's going to come in like Superman, because they think he's the second coming of Cam Newton there.
Yeah,
and he's got at least all of the measurables to look like a real threat. Is he going to come in and be better than Taylon Green? I don't think there's any chance in the world he's going to come in and be better than Taylon Green. Problem is, he don't have to come in and be better than Taylon
not against
Green.
this defense.
He just got to come in and be good enough to score on this defense.
Just need to come in here and play like Trinidad Chambliss, and he'll be A-okay. That's the problem. We have an offense that's good enough to beat anybody. We have a defense that's bad enough to lose to everybody. Yeah. And that's not a good thing to have when you're in the SEC, because everybody is good enough to beat anybody in this league. Right. Any given week. That's the saying as it goes, and it's true especially in the SEC. Now, there's a couple teams like, not even really, because Kentucky played Ole Miss to the wire. They played Texas to the wire, so it really is any given week. Again, you think of the bottom feeders, Vanderbilt, they're number 10 in the country, the highest they've ever been, or the highest they've been ranked since like 1978. Mississippi State, they're 4-0 in non-conference. They're not doing so good in conference, but still, They're a top 30 offense, I believe. They are top 30, top 40 offense. So really anybody can play anyone in the SEC. So this is going to be a dogfight. It's not going to be a gimme game. But I don't want to jump too far ahead, but this is a game, in my opinion, that Petrino has to win. Petrino, in my opinion, has to win at least 3 games to be seriously considered the Arkansas head coach. And the games that we have left, Auburn is one of the more beatable games. I think it's Auburn, Texas, LSU, Missouri, and Mississippi State. And Texas and LSU is not
Mississippi State game for sure. And then the rest of them, Missouri's going to be tough.
Missouri's going to be real hard.
Crap on them, but Missouri's a good football team,
and they have a history of whooping tail against us for whatever reason.
Though, here's my hopes. Drinkowitz is going to be okay. Let's talk about the coaching search a little bit. So Arkansas this week, it's pretty much all the talk's been on Bobby Petrino.
Yeah.
Like you just said, it's his to lose, but you do think he has to win at 3 ball games. I've kind of narrowed that down. I think he has to win 2. And then as long as we play good and all the rest like we did against Tennessee, like we did against Texas A&M, as long as we're not getting the doors blowed off of us, I think there is a path to him being the head coach. Florida job is open. Now, I don't know if Drinkowitz is going to be in play for the Florida job or not. I think I saw somewhere where he may be in play for the Penn State job. He may be somebody they look at. Let's think of the other jobs that are going to open, though. Florida State is probably going to open.
Yep.
That's a big-time job, even though I don't know that – I don't think necessarily an SEC coach would leave to go there other than maybe Kiffin. Kiffin would. Because he's got all those Florida connections.
I wouldn't say Florida State, no.
But Florida State has
– Florida State's a party college, and Lane Kiffin's a party guy, so maybe.
And they've got a lot of history and tradition. Even though it's been down lately, it is one of those big-time
It's
jobs.
A premier job. It is.
So
there's no doubt.
He might be in play there. But I think Drinkowitz is going to be in play, or at least he's going to be talked about. And so maybe that'll cause some, division amongst the Missouri players and stuff, get their focus off of us, and we can go in there and beat them at the end of the season. But yeah, I think he needs to get this guy.
The coaching carousel this year is crazy.
It's just gonna be crazy. Let's say Kiffin does leave and goes to one of the jobs.
He's
Florida
highly talked about
State.
Florida. Florida's been
now Ole Miss is open. Auburn's probably going to be open. If
LSU.
Drinkowitz takes, LSU could open. I mean, this thing's going to get nuts.
It's
by the end of the
we haven't even gotten to November,
and we've got the biggest head start on it all. And in most years, I would be worried. I'd be like, we're going to get left out in the cold. But we've got
the guy.
Got a safety plan. We really do, and it's kind of working out in our favor. We've got a parachute.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to get left out in the cold unless somebody comes and hires Bobby away from us.
You know how heartbroken I'll be if he jumps ship?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
If Bobby leaves us.
If he does, he better never come to the state of Arkansas.
No.
You can't burn us twice.
No. He comes here, he ain't safe. There ain't no doubt about that. Which, if he goes somewhere else, I don't think anybody will be able to trust him. I don't think there's a college campus in America.
This is probably the only premier type job he's going to be in line for this year.
Yeah.
I think some of the if we don't hire him, some of the knockdown below this job that the whole, like the Tulane,
Oklahoma State,
where all these other guys wind up going and leaves their jobs open, like Tulane or like South Florida.
Yeah.
He might get one of those jobs. I don't think he'd be in play for any major job other than the Arkansas job. At least this carousel. But I could be wrong about that.
Who knows?
If Ole Miss opens, maybe they're like, let's get him.
Yeah, number 4 offense in the country. That seems pretty nice.
Yeah, so it's going to get nuts.
It already is. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's happening. It's there's nothing like college football. Even the stuff that's not the games, like even the coaching carousel is so much fun to watch. Like just everything about this sport, it's just the best. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, so make sure that we're talking, and last year, we talked almost nothing but Razorbacks. We're going to talk about, every podcast, we're going to talk about the other SEC teams a little bit here. We're going to talk about the coaches.
Yep.
The coaches search and stuff. So make sure, whether you're a Razorback fan or not, you like, share, subscribe to the channel, and watch us every single episode.
Always got a good episode for you.
That's right.
You ain't got to be a Razorback fan. You can be a fan of any other team that we're playing. You might not like what we say, but your team will be talked about. There's no doubt about that. But
let's get into this game.
Well, before we get into this game, just a couple more things. This is some baseball stuff because I do want to get a little bit into baseball.
I know where you're going.
Because look, the Diamond Hogs are probably Arkansas's best sport. Best for the big three. I'd say our baseball team's better than our basketball team because we are at least in contention for the World Series just about every single year. Even went to the game and forgot how to catch a routine pop-up, but that's okay. That's okay.
The NCAA tournament, that's kind of like, to me, that's as big as going to Omaha.
It is, but
especially if
I feel more confident that we'll win a national championship in baseball than basketball.
I don't know. This may be our year.
This is a good team for every single Razorback sport outside of football, like always. Yeah. So I'm excited. But anyways, just a couple of things. I'll save the best for last, which there's only two here. Kevin O'Sullivan, Florida's baseball coach,
good coach,
announced his
championship. What?
Not long ago.
3 or 4 years
within the
ago,
past 5 years.
Yeah, past 5 years.
No doubt. So he announces his leave of absence. There's no time limit on that. Will he be back for the upcoming season? Will he be back after? Will he be back at all?
I just saw the headline. Did it say
he's
having family issues?
It says for personal reasons, but that could mean anything.
Hopefully it's not something like he's got a sick loved one or something like that,
I hope not.
But also hopefully it's not some scandal either.
Yeah. I hope it's just a, hey, give me a minute and then I'll be back.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on, but just we just hope and pray it's nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is never a good headline. It's sounding like maybe a scandal, but who knows? I don't want to speculate, but it sounds like that.
And honestly, if you're picking one, I hope it is. I hope it's something like that, and not that he's got a sick loved one for sure.
Yeah, that'd be a whole lot worse. But so yeah, Kevin O'Sullivan, he's got a leave of absence. Who's going to fill in his place? Is they're going to need to be? We're going to try to watch that, see how that goes, and then the big one here, Tony Vitello. National championship winning coach at the University of Tennessee, former Arkansas associate coach. He was a grad assistant. He was a coach for us for 3 years.
Tony Vitello
gone
in a volunteer uniform. I hate him. He's like, it's that same thing like Calipari.
Yeah,
but now that uniform's off of him,
come on home.
I'm like, thank God. Because he is the coach in waiting at Arkansas.
There's no doubt.
Everybody knows that.
There's no doubt.
Tennessee fans they're mad.
It makes them mad.
I saw them on their message boards today. They're like, this works out perfectly for Arkansas. He's going to go there, and then when Coach.
I get the exact opposite because I'm on all the boards, and I'll put comments in there. Like, I'll put my own comment being like, well, this is just a placement job till Dave Van Horn. And then they'll all comment like, that. He don't want y'all. Y'all ain't a good enough program for him. I'm like, y'all are stupid. He had an apology tour. He went on an apology tour to the university about his actions so that he can come back home.
Yeah, so no, as soon as that volunteer uniform come off of him, I'm like, all right, I'm going to pull for the Giants this year. He's their, hitting coach?
He's their manager.
He's their manager?
He's their manager. They hired him as the baseball manager.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't read the article. I assumed he was a position coach.
You don't make a national championship coach your position coach.
No, yeah, that's still a step up.
It is, but he's the manager for the Giants.
Well, I mean,
So that's a big time job. That'd be hard to pull him from.
Let's say we already was hoping Van Horn would stick around for a while longer. Yeah. We need him to
really hold on,
because I mean, you're not going to retire and pull him away from a MLB manager position that quick. I wouldn't.
No.
Think. So
no.
Yeah, we want Van Horn to stay. We want him to get his national championship, maybe even defend it.
Yeah.
And then when he's ready, retire. He can retire. If that's 10 years from now, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's his job. Dave Van Horn owns the baseball team.
I'm a DVH guy, and pretty much the majority of Arkansas fans are. And then, whenever that time comes, Tony, come on home.
We're here waiting on you. We know you're waiting on it too.
Let's make it happen.
It's coming. So yeah. So just some different sports going on there. But yeah, Tony Vitello's going to San Fran. He's leaving the Tennessee Volunteers. So it'll be interesting to see.
He's the actual manager of the team.
Yeah. It's pretty neat.
I guess I need to read whole articles.
Yeah. So I wonder who's going to fill their place. I guess we'll find out. Maybe you think they can get Jay Johnson from LSU or Kevin O'Sullivan from Florida. Maybe his leave of absence was.
No, they're not going to be able to pull.
No, 13-time national championship.
That's the thing about SEC. I mean, in Mississippi State,
everybody's.
Ole Miss is one.
South Carolina's good.
LSU is
I think
one.
South Carolina won, didn't they?
Yeah. I don't know about them, but I mean, there's been like.
Well, y'all know us. We love to pull stuff up on the spot.
7 or 8 SEC national championship teams over the last 10 years.
Yeah, they won back-to-back baseball. I knew they won it, but yeah, 2010, 2011.
Yeah, so, I mean, maybe their coach is probably gone by now. That was 14 years ago.
Been a minute or two.
I don't know who they'll get. Who cares?
But yeah, other than that, before we get into this game, I guess we'll pull up a clip just to remind y'all of what's going on this week.
Let me tell you something about old Gus. I mean, old Hugh. He looking rough.
He looking rough.
He looking like he owned the bottle or something. I mean, he's he just looks like he is. I ain't insinuating he is, although, I mean, he was buying hookers for Ole Miss players. So
yeah, he might be
he's
on a bottle or on the line.
Maybe those days are behind him. I don't know.
There's Billy Napier when we went to talk about him. We was going to pull his picture
Oh, Billy.
Up. And then
he fired.
Hugh Freeze.
He looking rough.
He has some words to say. This is last year, of course, but it applies to this year, and it applies for the next 9 years.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and there's a reason why.
I mean, no offense whatsoever to Arkansas or to Cal. I love Sam Pittman. I hope he wins the rest of his games. But I'm telling you, the hard truth is we play them 9 more times, we beat them 9 times. And that's what's hard to take. And it's hard for our fans, I'm sure, and it's certainly hard for us. And
all right. Well, that's a pretty interesting thing to say. I guess he's going to have to prove it because he's got to go perfect. He's got to go perfect. He's got to go 9 for 9 because if they play us 9 times, they beat us 9 times.
That's what he said.
That's a fact. That's what he said. I'm taking this.
Is that me or?
What's no, that's okay. Yeah, that's something else.
He said if they play us 9 times, they're going to beat us 9 times. And I guess he was talking about last year's team. If they played them, if they played 9 more times, like if that last year's team played last year's Arkansas team 10 times, he's saying they'd beat them 9 out of 10 times. That's crazy. It wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
They played once and they lost once, so it looks like the other way around, but. Yeah, he's big on excuses. He's always throws his players on under the bus. He has seemed to take a little more accountability this year and say that him and the coaches need to get them better prepared and this and that. But he still throws his players under the bus.
No
so
doubt.
and so would have done this or that.
Yeah.
Or, they're not executing the plays we're calling and blah blah blah. And that all may be true. But typically a coach doesn't say
not
that,
what you're supposed to say.
No, you take it on the chin. You say, "Look, I hadn't done my job good enough, and I'm going to do my job better, and we're going to win this game." But Hugh, he can't help but stick his foot in his mouth every time he gets the opportunity.
Well, Seems like that's what he does. But Saturday in Fayetteville, the Razorbacks are set to host the Tigers of Auburn, a team that comes into this game 3-4 overall, 0-4 in conference play. The all-time record does tilt in favor of the Tigers, 20-13-1, with the most recent win coming from the Hogs last year. It was a 24-14.
But we're glad we didn't play them 10 times.
Ending there. The first time these two met was back in 1984. That was a couple years ago, just one or two, when the two faced off in Memphis, Tennessee in the Liberty Bowl. This Saturday's game is set to kick off at 11:45 in the morning. I don't like that, but that's what it is when you're 2-5 and you're 3-4. You don't really get the prime time kickoff. Right. So that's, I mean, if you want the good time, you got to play. You got to play up to par for it. So
yeah, this game deserves that time slot.
Yeah, it does.
At least it's 11:45 and not 11.
Yeah. You know, you get to play into like 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, but small victories. But yeah, for one, I'm excited for this game. Auburn's offense does come into this game struggling in a major way. They're ranking
really bad.
107th in the country. Only above South Carolina in the SEC, so they rank 15th in the SEC.
Their quarterback's only threw 5 touchdowns on the whole season.
That's pretty impressive.
Impressively horrible.
That's pretty impressive. It's hard to do.
Do that. It really is. It's hard to only throw that many touchdowns.
Especially when you're a veteran quarterback who's experienced in the SEC. Jackson Arnold, I do believe, is a transfer from Oklahoma, isn't he?
Yeah, he was from somewhere. Is that where he's from?
I think it was Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken.
Not really the SEC, though.
Yeah, he might have even been Big 12 when he was over there.
I was just throwing a jab at Oklahoma.
Well, I know, but he might have actually been. I really don't know. But anyways, the good thing for them is they're playing the worst defense in maybe the country, let alone the SEC. So, you know, you've got a bad offense, but you've got a horrible defense that you're going up against. On the flip side, where it looks a little better for us, Arkansas's incredible offense is ranked 4th nationally. Comes into this game looking to keep the momentum going and show a strong performance, but it's not going to be an easy task. Auburn has a very strong defense, and it ranks 30th in the country. So that's back-to-back top 30 defenses that we're going to go up against. But you find hope that Texas A&M's was ranked, I think, 20th or 25th?
22nd, something like that.
Top 25.
Yeah, we scored 42 on them.
And we scored more points than any other team
has. Let's go score
has.
50 on Auburn.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Auburn has not scored more than 20 points against any SEC opponent.
Yeah, that's not a good statistic.
Yeah. But they haven't played anybody as bad as Arkansas. So
that is true.
You know, if we score 50 and they score 40, I mean, we still win a game. So that's why.
If you want to say something that makes you just a tad bit nervous, we'll go pull up their schedule. Is the only thing that really you look at and you're like, well, oof. We've played those teams, and we did not do that.
Yeah. I was going to mention that if you didn't.
Yeah,
I mean,
so Oklahoma, they held Oklahoma to 24. They hold Texas A&M to just 16 points.
Impressive.
They hold Georgia to 20. They hold Missouri to 23. I thought they had played Ole Miss and held them pretty low, but I guess not. I must have seen that somewhere else. But, yeah, when you're holding Georgia to 20, you're holding Missouri. They have a top 20 offense. You hold them to 23. And that game went to 2 overtimes. So, I mean, this is not a bad team by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
They've got a really good defense, and I mean, it's proven right here.
Yeah. Yeah, I like their defensive coach, to be honest with you.
DJ Durkin.
DJ Durkin.
Oh, Dirk.
If Hugh gets fired and he doesn't get the job, which he would probably be, I would guess. I don't know who's their offensive coordinator. I mean, it's pretty much Hugh Freeze. So
I'm about
I
to
would
say.
imagine they would bump him up to interim.
No doubt.
If he doesn't get that job, I think he would be a good one for Bobby to go after for our defensive coordinator if Bobby gets the job.
Yeah, I started
like
to
his
make my defensive coach and hire board, but I didn't have the time before I did it. But he was on there.
He's not someone that I'm ready to take a chance on as being the head coach.
Absolutely
yet.
not.
But he will probably, if he wants to, he'll probably be able to leave and take one of those lower jobs that's going to open up. You know, again, like a Tulane, like a South Florida, North Texas, if their coach gets a better job, you know. But if he don't, he is somebody I would really like to see come in and be our defensive coordinator next year.
Yep. So right there,
fiery.
right there with you. Auburn's defensive coordinator DJ Durkin likely to be interim should Hugh Freeze be fired after this game.
So.
Durkin is a controversial figure a little bit after his dismissal from the Maryland Terrapins, following the death of former player 19-year-old Jordan McNair. Really unfortunate situation after an off-season workout during practice. But obviously it is not his fault at all in the slightest. That's just a horrible and unfortunate situation. I know that they didn't like that.
Was he the head coach?
He was. I think he was. He might have been. I don't know. I'm wanting to say he was their defensive coordinator. But I know he fired him, and then he was reinstated, and then I think the father of the son might have sued him to get him out, and so he was eventually fired for good. But it's hard to put that on him. He's having a practice. There's 80 other people doing the same thing. It's just a horrible and one
I'd like to know if
once and forever situation.
That was after COVID. Had that boy took the vaccine, there's probably a lot of other things.
A lot of different variables. It's not.
Don't know if he did or not. Not saying he did or not, but that's questions. If we was going to try to get to the bottom of that, which we're not, obviously, but that'd be things I'd be wanting to know. So no, I don't think anybody holds that over DJ's head. He's a great defensive coordinator. He's really good at finding what works against, what works for you. You know what I mean? Like he can find your weakness and he'll attack it, but he can also find your strength and act it. And he's really good.
He is. That's all my notes. So now we're just gonna go a little off the cuff. I do want to get into the defensive coaching searching thing. And look, this is. It's not our job to give away. Bobby might really like the defensive staff that he's got going on right now. Me personally, not a big fan. So I'm still going to give it. Right now, I'd say my top three as I continue to look for people to build. Obviously, the number one name going around right now for the defensive hire is Barry Odom, former Arkansas defensive coordinator, current Purdue head coach.
Yeah, wouldn't hate it, but I'd be shocked if he would leave Purdue after 1 year.
I would be shocked if he'd leave a head coaching job to come back to Arkansas. Now, I know that Bobby Petrino and him, they have a relationship.
He has another year next year like he has had this year, he might be willing to. Because unless he's got a good buyout.
Don't get me wrong, it would be 100 times better than the situation we have right now, so I'd be for it now. But, we kind of wanted him. We kind of wanted to replace him, didn't we? When he was leaving, he wasn't having the best.
I feel like
our defense wasn't incredible.
It was definitely not our strength, but there were a lot of fans that was like, let's see if we can find a better. But it's just like you think, man, what would we trade?
Yeah.
For that,
give me
Barry Odom's worst defense.
I'll take it right
Arkansas.
now.
I would trade, half of the gold in Fort Knox for it, compared to what we got this year. So,
yeah, I'm right there with you. So Barry Odom, he's the number one name being thrown around right now, just because of his ties to Arkansas and whatnot.
How greatly, I don't forgot his name. What was our defensive coordinator's name?
Travis Williams.
T-Will. How much he fell. How did he let this defense get that bad?
I don't know, because when we got him, everybody was excited.
How did he go into this season thinking, man, this is a SEC defense? There should have been some. Now, I want to prepare y'all that we have the worst defense in the history of football. I know they're not going to say that, but there should have been some people going, hey, the defense
we better score some points.
And maybe when we saw Mike Washington go for like 90 and 70 and, on one run, it should have probably been a heads up to everybody.
Yeah, no, everybody was like, oh, man, well, we just got a really good running back.
Yeah, that's all you always
he's a good running back, but, you might just have a
horrendous defense.
Scary defense, and our defense is scary, just not for the right reasons.
Way, yeah.
They are definitely scary. So Barry Odom, number 1. I would really like, and I know it wouldn't happen because, I mean, at the end of the day, LSU's a better job. I would really like, I can't think of his name, but LSU's defensive coordinator, Blake something. I know his name, can't think of it, but I'd like to get him. Obviously, you know, I'd really like to get Texas A&M's defensive coordinator.
He's not going to be available unless he's.
Or is Mike Elko kind of? Is he a defensive coordinator?
No, he.
Or do they just have a?
Calling the defense, I don't think.
Yeah, I'd really like his.
When he was a coordinator for Jimbo, was he the? He had to have been a defensive coordinator, didn't he? Because Jimbo Fisher calls all the
Jimbo's
offensive plays.
Just not very good at it.
We're showing our ignorance on this one. I don't know.
Yeah, my names are blanking right now. It is 12 o'clock in the morning. So, but yeah, Blake Bowden. Anyways, LSU's defense coordinator, and then I was going to throw his name out, DJ Durkin from Auburn, because, you know, this is probably a little hot and controversial. Unless he, of course, gets the head coaching job, I do think Arkansas is a better spot. Now, that's 100% bias coming from me, but I do think that Arkansas is a better program than Auburn. Now, historically, absolutely not, because we don't have national championships in recent history, and I know that they just got 9 out of nowhere. So, they've got all kinds of national champions.
Like 8 this year.
Yeah, so, but in my opinion, it is because, you know, Auburn has to fight Big Brother in that state, and so I think that's a very good talking point for Arkansas. We're the flagship program.
If you're somebody's little sister, you're not bigger than Arkansas.
So, you know, I think that
for both Mississippi schools,
and I don't think that we're going to have to pay Bobby Petrino as much as Auburn's going to be paying whatever coach that they put in place. So I think we might have more money than Auburn's offering their defensive coordinator. So who knows? Lot of things to talk about, again, especially with the coaching carousel. Everything seems to be on fire, and it is beautiful to watch. But guess we get into these predictions.
Let's predict this game.
You go ahead and start us off. I feel like I do it every week.
You've been going first lately. So going into this game, again, I was feeling great up until today. Seeing Campbell being out of the lineup, knowing that Hugh is up against the wall, he's fighting for his job. He has to win this game or he will be fired Sunday. He watched the Howlin' Hog podcast last week when we talked about it. He's going to watch this one.
Shaking in his
game,
boots.
No doubt about it. He knows he's got to get something done. He may not even start Jackson Arnold. He probably will.
I don't think he will, to be honest.
But you can rest assured if Jackson Arnold is not looking good in that first quarter, one of those other 2 quarterbacks is going to come out, and I really think it'll probably be the young freshman. Why go with the guy that couldn't beat out Jackson Arnold in a straight-up competition of 2 experienced quarterbacks? If you're going to take a chance on somebody, take a chance on your 5-star guy that's got all the talent in the world. He may not know the offense is as good, but he's definitely got
a lot better physical capabilities.
Bigger upside. And so I expect to see Deuce Knight early. If he's half as good as they say he is, he's going to be trouble. We're not going to have anything to go, no tape really to go by other than high school tape. Seemed like Hugh has our number up until last year. I know when he was at Ole Miss, seemed like he was always getting us, in Auburn.
Liberty.
Again, there you go. So I think this game's going to come down. It's going to be close. It's going to come down to 35-27. And I think Auburn's just going to wind up losing, and the Hogs are going to win.
Hallelujah, amen. We got him back, baby.
I'm howling him home.
We got him back. Look, it's been.
We're losing to Auburn this week.
I don't think
Auburn. He's getting fired. Bobby's getting a job, and we're
Preach.
going to go on, and we're going to beat Mississippi
Won't
State.
you do it?
We're going to beat LSU.
Hallelujah.
We're going to beat Texas.
That's
we're
my
gonna beat
God.
Missouri.
Hallelujah.
We're going to a bowl game.
Woo!
We're going to win 8 games this year.
Thank you, Lord Jesus. Look, guys, I don't think y'all know. That helps me. This man's been, week after week just picking against the Hogs like he forgot about where he came from. Just down on them, won't pick them. But, hey, look, this might be the only game since Memphis that Arkansas has been favored in. Vegas has us favored by, I think, seven points. I think we're a 1-touchdown favorite.
I think we're a 1-point favorite.
Or maybe it might be that. I know that we're favored.
Yeah,
it's not much. But, yeah, so this is the only game. And do you know how surprising that is? Auburn has a better record. They hold teams to way less points. And if you look at these two teams on paper, just by talent alone, Auburn should blow us out of the water. They've got way better players, talent-wise. If you, 5 stars, 5-star quarterback. They've got probably a top 3 receiver in the nation with Cam Coleman. That kid's incredible. His physical capabilities, 5-star out of high school. He's a really good player. I'm going to be watching him, no doubt.
Maybe Bobby can get him over on the NIL deal.
Look, when you're
freezes fire.
when you lose your head coach, hey, let's beat them in a transfer portal. Hey, you want to come play for a top 4 team in the nation where there's not much receivers to, beat out? You want to come over here, be with the Hogs, be with the boys on a come-up with KJ Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Come on down. We'll take you, Cam Coleman. We'll treat you real nice. We'll put you in we won't put you in a Ferrari, but you can get you a nice Ford F-150. You can get you a nice Ford F-150 from, what's that? I can't think of his name. Frank Fletcher. No. He basketball player. Kelly Blue Book.
Kelly Blue Book.
He's a basketball player. He sells Fords. He got all the funny ads. Come on, man. George Kell. We'll sell you, or Frank Fletcher will sell you a Dodge. He sells lots of Dodges.
Funny ads.
Glenn Sane. That's who I was trying to think of.
Sane and God bless our troops.
Yeah, Glenn Sane and God bless our troops. We'll treat you right, Cam Coleman. Come on down.
Who'd you buy your truck from?
How about my
McClarity something.
McClarity. They're in Springfield or somewhere. Not Springfield, Springdale.
Where you bought yours?
I've got no idea. I didn't buy it. I didn't even go up there and talk to him. That was all you. Yeah, that was you and Isaac.
Me and Isaac bought your truck.
Yeah, I was selling suits. But yeah, we'll treat you right, Cam Coleman. Get on over here. But yeah, if you look at this game, there's no reason Arkansas should be favored other than, let me tell you about a man who hails from a state I don't know in a city I can't remember. But his name is Bobby Petrino. And he's got these boys rolling. No. He's got these boys rolling. He's got these Hogs scoring touchdowns. He's got the number 4 offense in the country. He's got the number 1 quarterback in the SEC. He's got the number 1 quarterback in the nation, in my opinion. He's got the number 1 quarterback in all. I'm just high on Taylor Green, and I'm high on these Hogs. That's the only reason. Bobby Petrino is the only reason Arkansas is favored in this game. Let me just tell you that. But, again, when you look at this game, Arkansas should not be favored by any stretch. We don't have a better record. We've not had anywhere close to these holding these scores.
At least.
But we've got the better quarterback. We've got the better offense. And we got the better team. Give me the Hogs. 48-23. Our defense is figuring it out, and it's going to be a hammer down. I'll tell you this. We might not hold them to that if their quarterback plays how Ole Miss figured it out and their backup does better. But they're not gonna score more than Arkansas. I'll tell you that right now. We're gonna win this game by 2-3 touchdowns.
I picked
because our offense is gonna. We're gonna light them on fire. Give me the Hogs, 42-27.
I picked the score low because I was trying to make you think I was gonna pull Auburn, but I think it may be something like 52-35.
Matter of fact, I'm changing because I just realized that Texas A&M, we scored 42 on them, and their defense is better. And I don't think our offense is going to take a step back. I think we're going to keep this momentum, and we're going to put it on their neck. Give me the Hogs. 55 33. 55-33. Hogs are going to wallop Auburn Tigers. And Hugh Freeze is going to go home.
He fired.
To them hookers selling cocaine or whatever he's on.
Say, you're fired.
And he going to get out of there. We'll see you later. Have a good life.
Over and under one coach, Bobby Petrino gets fired this year. Do you think it'll be over or under one?
I'm going to take the over on that.
Who's the other one you think it'll be then?
I think he's going to get Brian Kelly fired.
Yeah. He gonna get Hugh Freeze and Brian Kelly both fired.
I've got a good feeling about that LSU game.
Yeah, I think I'd probably take. I'm going to take.
Let's look at LSU's schedule. Brian Kelly might get fired before he even gets to Arkansas. Let's look at their schedule.
Now they're good. They've still got a chance at winning this whole league.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, no, they're not bad. They've only lost 2 games. They've got.
Well, then why is everybody on the
because
get him out right now?
LSU thinks that they're going to go 12-0 undefeated every year.
They lost to Ole Miss. They lost to Vanderbilt. Oh well, that's why they lost to Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
But
they're fixing to lose to A&M. Then they're going to lose to Alabama.
Then they're going to lose.
When Arkansas beats them, he's fired. That's fact. If they lose both those games,
they'll be 5-4.
He'll still have his job coming in Arkansas. But we're going to beat them, and then they're going to fire him.
They'll be 5-4 up to that point. And you're gonna lose to a 3 and whatever Arkansas team,
coach and all this and that.
Yeah, with no defense. Yeah, I think we're gonna get 2 fired. Who else we play? Who else can we get fired? Let's look at it.
Well, you're not gonna get Jeff Levy fired. You're not gonna get Steve Sarkisian fired. And you're not gonna get Drinkowitz fired.
Are we sure about that? Jeff Levy looked terrible last year.
Mississippi State ain't firing their head coach.
No. They ain't got the money to fire anybody.
No.
They don't have the wherewithal. They're not in a position to fire anybody.
Better.
Yeah, he's got them 4-2, 4-3 or whatever.
At least another year.
Yeah, no, it would just be Brian Kelly. Eli Drinkwitz is safe. His job's he's doing A-okay. The only reason his job ain't safe is if he wants to go take a different job. He may go to Florida. He may go to Penn State. Who knows?
Well, look here, Steve Sarkisian. His record ain't no better than Jimbo Fisher's.
Jimbo Fisher's has a better record than Steve Sarkisian.
And Jimbo Fisher
maybe not now after his
$76 million to not coach the football team.
I can't imagine how happy that man is. I can't imagine how excited he is.
Every day you go fishing and it's like, today I'm going to make
$600,000
to fish.
He's going to look when he goes to the bathroom. That man takes $10,000 poops.
Just think about this. Like literally, it may be like $600,000. Like if it's $76 million, let's say that's over. Was it a 10 years? I mean, what was left on his contract? Say 7 years, maybe. Divided by 7.
I don't even know what I just.
So it's like $10 million a year.
$77 million in lump sum of
and
19.
12 games.
Eight annual payments of $7 million through 23.
So every Saturday he goes fishing instead of coaching an A&M football game. He's making $833,000.
Good night. Holy cow!
Whether he catches a fish or not.
Good grief!
Look at him laughing. I'd be laughing too.
Oh,
man.
dude, he's like, wow, these people are stupid.
These
Aggies are idiots. The Texas 8-4 are just, dumb with money.
I tell you, I want to say something though. We had some Aggies on our in our comments, and we found some good ones. They was fun. They wasn't easily offended. You know, they was leaving some good comments and stuff. So. It's not all of them, obviously, but there's some just...
Yeah, there was a couple who was a little salty. But it's all in good fun. I mean, everything that we say, unless it's about Ole Miss or Texas, it's mostly jokes. Now, some of it is true. Like, they weird.
Weird.
Texas 8-4 is weird. It's just something about them.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's just all in good fun. It's college football. And especially rivalries. Come on, man. You gotta have a thick chin. Because, trust me, as Arkansas fans, we getting it too. When you go 0-50 every single year, we hear it. So
well, we're not. We're finna go.
No.
We're finna go 8-5. I done called it. We winning out, going to a bowl game, winning it. We're gonna finish 8-5.
Let me do you one better. We're going 8-5, and we're gonna have beaten number whatever Texas, number whatever LSU, number whatever Missouri. But all these teams are highly ranked. We're gonna be the first ever college playoff team to go 8-5. And we gonna make a run, and we gonna win a national championship, baby. Oh, you can. Oh, you can.
So, all right, let's get out of this thing.
Again, what did I say? 55 and 30 or something. 33, 55, 33.
I said 52-35.
We high on the Hogs. I'm excited. Look, guys, if you live around the Fayetteville area, show up, show out. Help this team win. It really does make a difference when that stadium's full of people screaming "Woo Pig Suey." It makes a difference. And I guess other than that, I guess we got some stuff. Arkansas, if there's any of the higher ups, reach out to High on the Hog podcast. First of all, we'd like to go to the games. Come bring us in. We'll go and we'll give you some good coverage. But let me and Dad in on the business decisions and who gets hired and stuff. We need a new hype guy, and we'll be the ones to find it for you, because whoever's been doing it's not a good job.
I'd be a better DJ than Arkansas DJ.
Miss Martha would be a better DJ.
He's got his fans, because there's people that hype him and love him, and
I don't know who it is. You might be a great person.
If it's the same guy that does, I don't know if the same guy does basketball, does football, but the basketball guy, at least I know, has his hype and his fans. But whoever's doing the football, I mean, it sounds like they just push and play on a CD that says, football game music, and just
I don't know. It feels like there's no light presence. Like when you go, and I don't want to use Ole Miss like there's some great
they have good atmosphere at their football games.
But they do. They're not a top, but they're better. They're good. There's no doubt. Like as much as I hate Ole Miss, it's not hard for me to give them their flowers. They've got a good hot presence. What it is they've got the right music at the right times, and they've got the lights to go with it. Like the lights are all around. They've got everybody's on the same page, even though they've got the dumbest chant in college football.
But everybody knows.
Everybody knows it.
They do it loud, and it sets a good atmosphere.
Yeah, so we don't have that. We've got to figure it out. We've at least play better music, and at least have some sort of light presence. But other than that, we need to go ahead and get out of here. I looked at this podcast when my notes ran out and saw, 29 minutes. This is going to be a short one. And as always, we stretch it out to an hour. But other than that, look, guys, be excited. Arkansas football's back, and it's back with Bobby Petrino. I couldn't be more excited. In other news, basketball, Fresno State. Anyways, thank y'all. God bless. No, hold on. We sponsored. I'm excited. I'm sorry. I'm excited. Look, we going to beat Auburn, and it's got me going. Go ahead.
Well,
I'm
as
all
always,
over the place.
Brought to you by Shelter Insurance, Dillinger Agency, Harrisburg, Arkansas. We've got you covered from house to auto, life to health, everything in between. Your farm, your commercial business. If you need an umbrella policy, if you need commercial truck insurance, there's nothing we can't cover. Licensed in Arkansas, Tennessee, Missouri. Give me a call, shoot me a text any time of day, 870-578-5900, 870-578-5900. Dillinger Insurance Agency. Where you shield, where you shelter.
As always, thank y'all. God bless. And go
Jesus
Hogs.
saves.
Woo Pig.